After the Revolutionary War, our new country was just a baby. It had to figure out everything for the first time. The Articles of Confederation were written and approved by the 13 original colonies. This was used as the Constitution, which are the laws for our country. As our new country grew a little older and learned a few new things, the government realized that it had to make some changes in the way the government was set up. In 1789, the new U.S. Constitution replaced the Articles of Confederation. It gave the government more power, allowed us to have a president, a court system, and taxing powers. Even though the Constitution was better than the Articles of Confederation, it still wasn't good enough. The original Constitution wasn't specific enough about the rights of the citizens, so amendments were added to it. An amendment is an addition or a change. The first 10 amendments made to the Constitution were put into a document called the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment says, "Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances." Wow, that sure is a fancy way of giving American citizens certain rights. Let's break this down to see what rights the First Amendment allows us to have. Because of the First Amendment, American citizens are allowed the freedom of religion, the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press, the right to peacefully assemble, and the right to petition. We'll look at each one of these separately. Freedom of religion means that you may believe in and practice any religion you want. It doesn't matter if your religion is different from your friends, neighbors, or even the President of the United States. In other places, people would be punished for not belonging to a certain religion. Years ago, if you lived in England, you had to belong to the Church of England because that was the king's religion. The Pilgrims came to America so they could follow their religion. Our government didn't want that to happen in America, so they put the freedom of religion in the First Amendment. Another right we have because of the First Amendment is the freedom of speech. That means we're allowed to say anything we want, even if we disagree with what people in our government are doing. Even if it's the president, we have the right to say what we think. Now, even though we have the right to say what we want to, it doesn't mean that we should call people names or talk badly about others. You can't go to jail for it, but you still should be kind, proactive citizens and make sure that what you say isn't hurtful. Freedom of the press means that you may write down your ideas and beliefs and publish them in newspapers, magazines, books, and even on the internet. The government is not allowed to stop you from writing what you want. That's called censorship, and it's illegal because of the First Amendment. Our freedom of assembly allows people to gather in groups in order to bring people's attention to injustices. Citizens may assemble as long as they obey the laws and show consideration and respect. During the Civil Rights Movement, Dr. King and many others used their right to assemble to show the world the segregation and cruelty that was happening in the South. The final right given to us in the First Amendment is the freedom to petition. That means citizens have the right to petition the government to express their views and ask for change. A petition is a paper with the signatures of registered voters on it who agree with the ideas written on the petition. The people in this cartoon are enjoying many of the rights that the First Amendment gives us. They are using their freedom of expression by telling people why they believe the park should be saved. They have peacefully assembled in the park to spread the word and have registered voters sign the petition you see on the man's lap.
It's gonna have to be a different man.